Hey y'all, this is David, the Georgia photographer, and today I want to do a couple of things. One, I'm kind of testing the Gopro Hero 9. I'm giving it its last shot at being my vlogging rig. I've kind of committed last night during the live stream to getting a Z50, so I'll be ordering that in a little while, but because I'm thinking I'm going to vlog with it instead. Just to be honest with you, I've watched Phil Thatch vlog with his Z50 and it works phenomenally well. The GoPro Hero 7 I was using worked really well as long as I ran an external mic, which kind of stands to reason, and I'll run an external mic on the Z50. But the Hero 7 image stabilization worked surprisingly well, and so far with the test runs I've done with this Hero 9, it hasn't worked as well as the 7. So we're gonna walk around. I'm gonna do a little bit of photography. I've got my Z6 and 24-70 and a couple batteries, and just see what we can come up with. But yeah, I'm just gonna try and kind of flesh out this GoPro as a vlogging camera. Now, I have set it to 1/48 of a second shutter speed. I set the ISO to auto up to, I think, 3200. That way it can adjust. That gives it some room for adjustment to atmospheric conditions. I have a variable ND filter that I keep on it that allows me to, like, if it's just too bright, I can back down the light with that variable ND. And I normally run it a little engaged, but right now I've got it backed all the way off because the sky right up here is kind of bright. I'm trying to run it kind of like I did my Hero 7, but I've got Hyper Smooth 3.0 engaged and auto horizon correction engaged. So let's just take this thing for a walk around downtown Chattanooga for an hour or so, and let's see what we can do with it. I've been rocking the GoPro in its little cage. I bought a cage for it so I could mount stuff to it and hook it up and things, and it also kind of protects these cameras. To be action cameras, they are kind of frail, so you gotta be careful with them. I mean, they're pretty rugged, but like one of my Hero 7s, you have to run that external block thing for the audio to work, and to get that block to not die, you have to be kind of careful with it. Well, they make a special cage with a holder that holds that little conversion block, and I found I killed one of my GoPros by breaking that connector in that block. So I ended up having to get another GoPro because I damaged the USB port. And then the second GoPro I had to fail because the stabilization mech in the lens body started going bad, and I started getting black crop ends on the corners. And there's a couple of videos, you can see it in a spot or two. I edited most of it out, but it just, the stabilization device failed in it, so I had to get another one, and that's why I got this one. Well, I'm not super enthused with what I've been getting so far with it. So right now I've got the variable ND on 1 of 5 marks. I'm using the internal sound from the GoPro because there's no wind really right now, and I want to kind of see how it sounds. I'm just testing it out, for lack of a better term. There's a little bit of a breeze. I've got the mic setting set to wind, so it'll kind of muffle out the wind noise. But for right now, we'll see how it handles it. I have no idea what it looks like. But yeah, I'm trying to find some decent like photo shots to get. It's pretty light today. I mean, it's blue skies. There's not a cloud in the sky, but it's oh, there is some over that way, but up over the city it's all blue. But I'm just looking for something, you know, the light's coming in at a nice angle. So let's see if we can find a photo. And I'm in front of the Tivoli Theater. I just took the photo of it. I was trying to get some kind of a different perspective, running the 24mm. Well, it's the 24-70 set to 24, but I don't have a dedicated 24 for this camera. This is like a dynamic range kind of test. I've got the ND set to about 1 out of 5. I think it's a 2 to 5 or 2 to 6 stop ND kind of deal. It's got a circular polarizer built in too. I've got, since it's auto ISO, it's exposing for the highlights and the shadows. So I'm curious to see how this turns out. There's a few people out and about today, but not much. Turn around and do this, let's see what we get. But heading down through here by the Tivoli Theater. It's awfully cold today. Can't see my breath, but man, it's got to be in like the high 30s. It's cold. Woo. That looked like it was kind of overexposing. Might have to add a little more of this ND. Let the ISO help it. So what do y'all think? Does the stabilization look pretty good? Not finding a whole lot of photography opportunities. There's a free cookie still wrapped up. Actually looks pretty good. Someone laid it down and forgot it apparently. All right, dynamic range test. How'd it handle it? Whew. Come out of that shadow into the full sun. Walk over here to Burns Tobacco on Cherry Street. Got something to show you. Pretty sad, ain't it? It's gone. They've closed down. Completely gone. It's not like they've just closed temporarily. The place has been cleaned out. It's empty. Short of the shelving, they're gone. This cigar shop has been here probably 20 years, maybe longer. Easily 20 years. I've been coming here since the 90s to get cigars. Hopefully the one on the other side of town, which is their newer location, they opened this one first, then they opened the one over on Shallowford Road. Hopefully that one's still there. I haven't been over there yet to see, but I'm going to eventually get around to that. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. This was Burns Tobacco on Cherry Street, and it's gone. I don't know. Probably couldn't make it without the, you know, regular traffic. I've seen this building transform over the last year or two from a hull with scaffolding holding it together into actually what looks to be an apartment building, maybe even offices. It's kind of neat to kind of see it transform over time. Alright, well, I've got me a cup of coffee at Cadence Coffee here on, I think it's 7th Street. I don't know for sure. Yeah, I'm on 7th Street, in between Cherry and Market. It's pretty good coffee. I've never actually been into this coffee shop. I've walked by it a zillion times. Back in the day when you could actually come to Chattanooga and actually just walk around, you could actually see people moving around here. I never went in, but now that there's 3 people in the whole place. So yeah, the dynamic range test of the GoPro with this backlit, I'm black silhouetted, I'm pretty sure. So the GoPro fails that test horribly. I need to add some light, don't I? But the GoPro has never had, see, look at that. Ah, wow. Let me just add some more ND and get that fixed. All right. The GoPro's never had stellar dynamic range, you know? It's just not a thing with a GoPro. That little crossing of Market Street was kind of a mixed light scenario. It went from shade to full sun, looking into the shade of a building, into the shade again, and see how the camera kind of reacts. What I'm trying to do is give it a fair shake. I'm using it as I would as my regular vlog rig. So I'm adjusting like my variable ND. I'm not trying to just punish the camera and push it to its limits. I'm trying to use it in the capacity that I would actually use the camera in. Not, you know, not just trying to fail it. I'm kind of trying to make it pass, if you want to know the truth. I've just been looking around and not seeing much. Just ain't much to see. I noticed the Chicken Salad Chick restaurant's dead. They've closed it down, took down the signs and everything. It's gone. So that's 2 businesses that didn't make it through the new year. So hopefully things will start to improve soon. But yeah, that's 2 certainties. Yeah, it's just sad. But we'll move on. We always do. The earth keeps turning, so yeah, we'll figure something out. Every other generation has figured it out. We will too. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. This is David, the Georgia photographer. I appreciate you watching, and until next time, get your camera out like that one and go take a picture with it. All right, we'll see you later. Bye bye.